Think of the activity as the question you're going to ask your students, and your activity response URL is the web page where your students are going to access it. You can always edit what it's called here, but let's create an activity. I'm just going to create a simple multiple choice question. To add more choices, you simply click on Add Option. I typed in all of my choices, but I could have added pictures. I can also click on the trash can to delete a choice. By hitting Create, it will take you to this page. It automatically shows the responses and percentages, or you can switch over to the instructions and it'll just show the choices. Now let's say you want to edit the choices or even add a right answer because I forgot to. You can click on Edit, and to choose a correct answer you just have to click on the check mark. It'll turn green to know it's the correct answer, and I'm just going to save it. You can even see correctness now shows up as a tab that I can scroll to let the students know which is the correct choice. I'm going to go back to instructions. If you're doing Poll Everywhere in front of a class, you'll probably want to keep it open to everyone and possibly anonymous. That way you don't restrict this for anyone and everyone is able to join and participate. I'm not going to do that in this demonstration, but feel free to do it yourself. The response settings, I can have them respond as many times, or maybe I only want it to be one time. You can also have them select multiple options and some other features. If we go to timer, you can set a time limit by turning it on. You can see there's a time limit now next to the number of participants who have completed the activity, but you can simply turn it off and it will remove the timer. Believe it or not, you can see what your students are going to see by going to test. First, you have to activate the activity. It shows what's going to look like on the student end. I'm going to click on green. It will even say student participated with green, and it will even say that they're incorrect. I recommend hitting the undo button. That way it's not going to record in your response history and deactivate the activity. Before you send out your activity, you have to know what activating your activity is. When you activate an activity, it is allowing anyone that has access to your link to interact with your question. What is that link? It is pollev.com/your name, but you can always change it to something else in your profile. I'm now going to activate my link. That way, students are able to interact with my activity. One way to do it is to copy and paste your specific link. So now I'm going off of the student end. You have to register in order to play around with this activity, so it's going to ask them to sign in. Students are going to sign in with their email, first letter of their first name, full last name, and sometimes a number. When they hit next, it's going to log in with blank. This is really their Microsoft SSO, which is the same in their Purple Pass, and now I'm able to answer the question. I can even undo by hitting the trash can. Now always remember to deactivate your activities because you can only have one active activity at a time. Don't worry if you forget. If you activate a different activity, this one will deactivate. If you're doing this in class, I recommend to present as it looks nice and it will activate your activity. So by hitting present, I can go back to the student side. Another way that they can join your presentation is by typing in your URL once they sign in, and they're able to join the activity and participate. I can then move on to responses and show the correct answer. Students also could join using the QR code in the top right hand corner, but there's one more way that you can send out the survey. And this is for my asynchronous folks. So there is a thing called a response link. So this will collect responses even if the activity is not active, which is great, but just remember to lock the activity after you want to stop taking responses. That way, no one else can participate in the activity.